What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. The initial charge I forgot to turn on the recording for, so I think I'm like 2 kills, 0 deaths right now. And I'm glad I did decide to record in the end because you read that correctly. We went deathless. We got a lot of Jon Snow level plot armor, including right here where this guy was really ruining my day. But we did manage to survive thanks to some teammates. There was a lot of really close calls in this one because you guys know I die a lot more than a lot of other good players just because I try and do the objective and not hide or run from fights. And this was initially going to be a video where I talk about how I did retire the Messer, as I said, but I brought it out of retirement because I think it's overpowered. But we're just going to embrace it, and every time we do Falmire or maybe Dark Forest, like one of those, we're just going to use the Messer and try and get up as many kills as possible because those are the longest maps. And yeah, so I don't think I'm really going to use it unless I'm recording and doing one of those. But yes, a lot of people were disappointed when I said I won't be using it anymore. I got some feedback on that. So we'll just, like I said, embrace the whole overpoweredness and try and do that. Because at the end of the day, when you go for those high kill games, you're going to be using meta weapons regardless. And even when there's lulls in the action, I'm not going to trim it or fade away or anything. Just because a lot of people that haven't gone deathless or just want to get better at trying it, probably want to use something like this as a guide if they're watching. So like, for example, right now we're doing a long walk back. I'm just going to leave it in because, you know, just good stuff that you can maybe pick up on, like where the bandage carts are, even stuff like that. So anyway, let's get into the gameplay. So this is some progress with the fire pot. We get 0 kills or damage, but we also don't hit any teammates. So I know you guys love the comic relief some people have said about killing teammates constantly with those things, or at least hurting them and hitting crowds of people. But I don't like doing that. Oh, I did get a kill there, but I don't like doing that because it feels bad. So D-Sitcon would be proud here as I do not let that archer escape. So I see my teammates bloody, so it's a really dumb time to go for a slash because even if I do hit the enemy, it's just too risky with a teammate close to death. I risk getting him up even though I'm almost dead because that's just the right thing to do. And it works out where he survives and so do I. But you really, and always think you're footman, but you should really be careful of that team damage in fights like that, especially if you're using a powerful weapon like the Messer that does a lot of damage. This part feels like one of the harder parts if I'm doing it correctly that I would have to survive because I want to be on here pushing objective, trying to get those petards on the gate. And I'm not going to be hiding, fighting back by the bandage carter like that open area, which would be the idea if I was doing it solely for my stats. But we play for the win first. And yeah, so I do go back to bandage a few times, which I don't think that's that selfish. Because you want to stay alive, you're not helping your team when you're dead. But we do get more plot armor as bandages are just raining down even though I'm catching fire and stuff. But yeah, I'm just picking my spots, going up and then back, like forward and back I should say, as the situation calls for it. I didn't see a guy down there that was down in real time. That one we do get up though. So we're picking our spots essentially. What I'm not happy about is the team damage I'm doing in this game. I don't know what that's about because I haven't changed my settings recently or messed around with them. And I don't think it's something I could attribute to being rusty because I haven't really been doing this. And I don't think so besides this video. So please forgive me, guys. This was a pretty close call because we get pushed hard by some guys with messers, long swords, halberds, some very good weapons. But then a spawn wave comes again. That's, you kind of need this sometimes to go deathless. The objective finishes just in time and a spawn wave comes. So really fortunate there. And here I'm noticing that archer's trying to shoot me. So I'm kind of like zigzagging and hiding behind teammates with more health, and it works out. He doesn't see us, and I want to help this footman out, but I just keep swinging instead of blocking for some reason. But I was pretty high health in the beginning, so it was fine. Something of note is the teams are pretty evenly matched if you look at the kills, for example. But it felt like they were folding on the objective a lot, the other team. So I think it was just more about not so much their killing power or having bad players. I just think they weren't really trying enough on what they were supposed to be doing, like on each stage. So I think they had a lot of guys just going for kills. I'm not sure if that made it easier or harder to stay alive the entire game, but it did make it easier to get the win. Here I'm missing a lot of swings, and I try and do the fake out move where I'm leaving and then turn around to hit him, but it kind of gets lost a little bit. I was still high health, so you can tell that wasn't really intentional to lose him a little bit, and it does kind of benefit me because we find two guys with their back turned and we get a nice little double kill. Now again, I don't want to run from a fight, so I back up because I see a spawn wave coming. I don't want to fight multiple people, but I did owe it to that guy to finish the fight. Again, we benefit from some luck because then teammates were coming forward and they kind of helped me out there as well. I don't think I would have had too much trouble with him and killed him, but, you know, we take the help. And that was a good job of me using the fire pot because it stopped them from being able to defend it. So like I said, I'm getting progress. I don't know why I tried to hit the peasant. And now, I don't know if this is true or not, but I do think Falmire may be one of the harder places to go deathless, just because I also don't think I ever have on this one. That is so much team damage. My god, I'm sorry. But I don't think I've ever gone deathless on Falmire, even before or not with a recording. But yeah, because this bridge part's going to be a little tough too. So I back up to heal after I fall down, and we're going to get back in the action. But these bridge objectives can be very hard to survive. Nice little push here to clear up some space. We get, I think, like, it says a mega kill. And that really cleared up a lot of the objective for our team to go through. And I took some damage, so because we're so far into the game, I heal, stand by a flag. But I don't go all the way back for that bandage cart because it seems like we can secure getting the bridge now. So I think it's kind of a bad idea to walk all the way back. So I do take the risk of getting one up far. But I think that was the right call because, like I said, we want to be using like that messer and being a good player, just, you know, a lot of playtime. I'm not trying to brag or anything. We want to be up front and trying to secure that objective, as I said. And we do down a guy when we're trying to help him, but we apologize. He says thank you, and then we do kind of stick with him for a little bit, as you'll see. Now this is very close. We throw a fire pot, the ballista sees us, and we take a step at that last second that I wasn't even like intentional to dodge it. And if we didn't do that, the deathless run would have been over. If I died to a ballista and not an honorable death in melee combat, I don't know if I would have an Xbox anymore. It probably would have gone through my window. And then we get into another difficult fight here. But yeah, I don't know why I was having trouble with the spear, but that guy that we helped earlier also jumped in to kind of help us because I was in a lot of trouble. I even got disarmed, and that's why you emote with people, because after I got him up and said sorry, he kind of repays the favor, and who's to say that wasn't because like he liked the emoting. So great job by him to keep me alive. So much luck in this one. I feel like you need it on Falmire, as I said, and we did get disarmed, so we pick up a war axe. This is a messer video, so until we can find it again, and we're emoting with him again, so I do think that's what happened. So until we can find a weapon, like find another messer, we're just going to use what we can for now. Now that the bridge objective is over, I'm getting pretty confident we can get this done, because this objective, as long as you're sticking with the team and not just suicide running to get the what is it called, cranks, you should be okay as long as you're being careful. You never know, I mean, deaths happen. And then after that, if I'm the champion, that, oh my god, another thing fell and we almost died. But if you're the champion, then it kind of comes down to you surviving. And if I'm not the champion, I think it's not really too difficult to die as the rest of the map. So I'm starting to get pretty confident here. I didn't notice this in real time, but I did put my hands on a filthy archer and revive him, so that was a little mistake by me. I should have let someone else do that. I don't like reviving them just for them to shoot me later. Now, I'm not sure what this was about because I'm trying to survive. This guy just starts hitting me, so I'm like blocking his swings, and he's still hitting me. Not a good teammate there. Again, I don't know if I did something wrong by blocking him, but I was mostly just trying to stay alive. And I don't know why people are like that, but it is what it is. I hope you guys are proud of me, because look at that fire pot. Just look at that. The comic relief may be gone, as you guys put it, but we are getting kills. We stopped people from going towards the cranks, and it's really working out well because there's also a spawn wave from there. Now, I was thinking I would accept the champion anyway, but I actually came in second despite the massive kill streak bonuses from staying alive. So he ends up declining it, and then I have no choice but to be it. And I do look for a messer, and we get one back for the to complete the video with the messer. There's always one lying around. It's like one of the most popular weapons, so it didn't take too long to find one. The other team really did make this easy for us because they did have a lot of high levels, as I said earlier, lots of killing power. Kills weren't that lopsided, but I kind of predicted at this point we would be okay, being the champion or otherwise, because they were not on objective, the other team, not my team, and it made it kind of easy for us to get to the boat. I'm spoiling it a little bit, but if I'm deathless, I think you guys can kind of see that coming, right? But yeah, not really a good job by them. It's a little disappointing when high levels don't do the objectives. So at least we benefited from it this time. It wasn't like on our team. Our team worked as a team. Like, look at that. We hyped up the boys. Now we're all charging. There's not even a lot of barricades on the that last bridge part. So we're going to pad our stats a little bit while the team clears the way and does get rid of the few barricades they have. This is rare when you get a lot of good teammates with randoms, you know, and like it's more typical you get what the other team was doing. So really just a relaxing game as far as Deathless goes. Like I had some close calls, but overall I think it was more about that than anything I did, because I was just vibing. Now we got a clear path. There's one guy. Really poor job by the other team. Like, no offense, but what are you guys doing? And that'll be the win, guys. Like, so this was the first time I ever went deathless on this map, I believe, unless it happened like when the game first came out. I don't even remember. I've done it on almost all the original maps. I'd have to look over it and think, but this was a really fun one. I'm gonna let the final stats play because I think it was like 76, 34, and 0 was the final tally. Let's see. Yep, 76, 34, and 0. And if you guys want to check out these videos in the end cards, there's some playlists. I'd really appreciate it. Some cool videos here. I love you guys. See you in the next one. What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. So I got a deathless run for you guys. This was an absolutely awesome game with some friends, and it was really fun because I went deathless. This guy pieced me up in the last game, so I hit him with the respect emote. But it was really fun because I stayed on objective at all times. Even if I was on the outskirts, like for example in the hamlet, I was still capturing it. I didn't hide. It was very fun. So we used the longsword, focused on our positioning, and we managed to go, like you read, 40-0 in the thumbnail. It wasn't even clickbait this time. Absolutely awesome game. I'm really excited to show this one to you guys, and I'm not going to do any fade outs or fast forwards. One, because you want to see that yes, I actually survived the whole thing, and two, I think this is a good like game you guys can use if you're haven't gone deathless. You could kind of use it to almost as a guide. But right now the game isn't full because it just started. Don't worry, it'll be full. And what was especially cool about this, I'll point it out later. Towards the end, people started to notice my my kill streak, right? Because I was at like 30-0. Specifically, one person was coming at me really hard, and he wanted me dead. And I really respect the players that do that. He wasn't an archer, so he's going at another good player. You love to see that. And here we're gonna throw some pigs at this archer because I'm playing with friends. So that's another thing I wanted to get into, guys. Is I'm gonna do a series coming up, and that's what this was supposed to be. So I've done a few videos showcasing my friends. The last one was Riot Act, but I had the idea from Ninja, Dirty as Ninja. You guys have seen him in some videos. That now what I'm going to be doing is using their weapon, playing alongside them, trying to stick with them in the game more, which is why me and Froggy are so close to each other right now. Because initially that's why I happen to be recording. And it's going to be like a series. So a lot of my friends that you haven't seen on video yet, like in those, this was close, by the way. Like West, you've seen him like in the background of my games and stuff. He's going to be in one. More Gaze, some of the really good players, a lot of console players, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I'm going to make that into a playlist. And yeah, we'll break down like what they're good at. It'll be a fun thing for you guys to like kind of see and get to know some of the people in the community, because at the end of the day, this game is really small, and I think that makes it fun because like you can target or team up with these people. Anyway, let's get into the gameplay. Now, I've been reading Game of Thrones, like the books, A Song of Ice and Fire as they're called, and I'm on book 3, and I'm starting to get Jaime Lannister POV chapters. And in the beginning, before you know what happens, he's considered the greatest swordsman in all of Westeros. And he regularly talks about, I've had 4 chapters of him, I think. And in the first 3, he talks about hating archers every single time. He calls them cowards. A guy points a crossbow at him and he says, that's a coward's weapon. And as he's leaving, because it was a young guy, he was telling him, you should pick up the mace, or you should pick up a sword or something like that to learn. And then the guy doesn't listen because, you know, he's an archer. Most of them really can't be reformed, much like Chivalry, just like real life. So I think that if the greatest warrior in this fantasy universe doesn't like archers, I'm in the right here. So I just wanted to point that out while I go out of my way to kill that guy instead of grab a pig. And on that note, you guys have seen me do this map a lot if you've been like around for a while, right? I will, I'm on the objective, but I don't always pick up the pigs. Or actually, I kind of don't really, almost ever, unless it's really coming down to it. I've always found myself, because I have a lot of playtime, I'm a high level, not trying to be all full of myself, but I find myself more valuable protecting these guys while we get them. And then if it really comes down to it and every last guy needs to get them, and it's like balls to the wall, you're going to be risking dying. This was close. It's the closest I came to dying besides the very end. Watch. So I charged in to help Frogbert, even though I haven't died yet. I wanted to back up my boy. This guy I may have been able to get away from, but I feel like I owed it to him to finish the fight. We didn't know I was going to go Deathless at the time, but Lord Touch Me comes, absolutely saves my ass. Thank you so much. I love this guy. He was in the game. Go to heal up. That guy didn't see me, I don't think, and if he did, I probably would have backed up and let that heal go through, just being honest. Moving on, though, long story short, what I was getting at before all that is that I find myself more valuable as a fighter, protecting the people, not just picking blind fights and doing nothing, but maybe fighting near the boat, going alongside them while they're there in case anyone's going after them, that kind of thing. The people carrying the pigs. And as we head to the next objective, I'm going to shout out the people who are in this game. I want to shout out Anubis because he's a friend of Lord Touch Me, and that's an awesome guy. So I want to give him some recognition. I was with my friend Detest. He's the worst because he actually killed me multiple times in the game before this. Fuck you, Detest. Then we have Frogbert, who will be getting his own video in that series. He will be first to get that. Then we have A-Rod. This guy, I guess, he just likes battle crying a lot. I don't really see him ever fight. He just stands next to me and battle cries. Respect that. That's pretty cool. And then Lord Touch Me, the guy who saved me earlier, who has a growing clan, by the way, the Three-Handers. You guys should check that out. If you join my Discord, it's linked in there. His is growing pretty quickly. So I think you guys, if you're looking for an upstart clan with a good future, that would be a good one to check out. Now, this is kind of what I'm talking about, right? Because I was on the outskirts, but I did go in and picked my spot and then got that fuse started. Again, it's not like I was hiding, because, like, that's kind of the problem with how I play, is I do go all reckless. So when I focus on positioning, once I see I have a streak going like this, that's when I play better, and I honestly should be doing this more. This is like, I think that's the difference between me and, like, a comp player that's level 1000, is like they just know where to be at all times. And honestly, I kind of know where I should be a lot of the time, but I don't really do it anyway. A lot of times when I make mistakes, it feels like I know it's a mistake when I'm doing it, and I don't even do it for fun all the time. Like, that is a big reason. Like, when I say it's more fun to just rush in and die than it is to protect your stats, it's also just a compulsion. I'm impatient, so I just rush in and get killed pretty often. Now, I'm not sure what this was about. It may have been he's new, because it looks like he has pretty low level armor. I don't think he was griefing me. I think maybe because I'm all burned up and stuff, maybe he thought I was Mason. But I don't. So what kind of confuses me about that is I think you get an ally indicator even if you're new and haven't changed your controls. If you know, just let me know in the comments, because I am always interested. Like, if I go Deathless, the first time I did it, someone was hitting me over and over again, purposely trying to kill me until they, and then vote kicked me. So I know there is people that are just haters. This man was the mini boss. Pay attention to him. He wants me dead. He is going to, he tries. He wants to end the streak at all costs. You will see him targeting me the entire game from now on. Pay attention to that armor set and that haircut, because he's gonna be a recurring theme now. So I wouldn't say I've been completely selfless in this game, because right here I am just hanging out at a bandage cart. But at the end of the day, I am capturing, because I'm inside the hamlet for that whole first minute. And even though I'm healing nonstop and taking advantage of that, it did help the team at the end of the day. So nice little streak here, and we're in the front lines, which is nice. But only thing more important than a Deathless run or the objective is killing an archer. But someone beats us to it, so we go back to safety. Not a lot going on, but we do kill an archer. You know, I gotta point that out. Pretty good warhorn here. And again, this is why this was one of my favorite Deathless runs so far, I think. One, because I'm using my baby, my sweet, sweet wife, the longsword, instead of the messer like the other ones that were recorded. But two, I'm not shying away from the objective. And you'll see that as we get closer to the end. Now, I'm not sure what their team was doing, but this stage of the game with the Pagan Stones wasn't really that difficult for us because we kind of just rolled them a bit. Before this, the game really did feel pretty even, and now we're starting to kind of take control. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to see the ending. You got to stick around to see if we won, but it was more even, I'll say, at the end. I'm just confused how this happened. And this is a good positioning thing I did here, is I dropped down instead of taking on that whole spawn wave, which you know I love to do and get killed. But when you got a streak like this, you got to protect it. Good footwork there to avoid that, even though I missed the counter. And then now we move up with the team. So even little patient things like that will keep you alive. Head is on a swivel. You can see me turning all over the place because, again, I'm now thinking, or I have been for a while now, thinking about that Deathless run, right? So I do not want to get killed by whoever shot me for a second there, and I'm looking all around, but our team takes control. Again, they really did kind of fall apart this stage. I don't know what happened because we started to really outkill them here. Before that, as I said, it was pretty even. I don't know if someone joined. I wasn't checking the scoreboard, trying to be careful to protect this whole run here. And here we got A-Rod battle crying again. This guy's weird, but I still like him. He's cool. This is very easily going to be the hardest part to secure the streak if I want to do it while doing the objective. And I ain't no bitch, so I will be doing that. So it's really going to be important that I pick my spots and help my team, but also really try and be careful and push up only when necessary, because there's no bandages up here, and I don't really want to go run all the way down to the spawn and leave my team, because that's pretty much like dying, and then they're not getting my help on the front lines. This is going to be hard. Obviously, you know we secured it, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys to see if I did my job here, as Bill Belichick would say. Now we come face to face with the mini boss. We're both pretty wounded. This is going to be tough. He disarms us, and we're going to use slow-mo. Now, the hitbox was a little weird, but we did sidestep that overhead because we had no stamina and get the kill. I've never used some editing in these full-length games with the commentary. You know, that was just kind of cool, though. It was such a sick moment. I really felt like I had to. And now I want to get some throwing knives out, which I hate using, but I want to stay alive. It's a little selfish, and we do have to kill that VIP. So we're going to start picking those up to try and go for that. And here he comes again. Jeez, I forgot about this. And we won. Okay, so that fight didn't finish. But that was a really fun one, guys. I appreciate the watch. I love every single one of you. What a game. Again, shout out Lord Touch Me. Annabus, sorry I lost my train of thought. A-Rod and Sir Frogbert, and I will let the final stats play, and stay tuned, guys. The Discord will be in the pinned comment. Appreciate you all. Love you. Bye. What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. I hope you're having a wonderful day and had a wonderful weekend, and I got a great game to show you today. So I've gone Deathless plenty of times before, but this is the first one I've done it on video. Now, when you watch this, it's going to look like it wasn't really that difficult because I don't think the lobby was that sweaty. And the last few times I've recorded videos and been able to play, I've been making jokes about how I keep having to defend against teams that are just stacked and loaded against me. So my theory is I've been playing on hard mode the last few weeks, and now we're back on an even playing field, and I've become an unstoppable killing machine again, and it just feels good to be back. And just to go on this tangent again, guys, I'm not taking you for granted. I respond to every single comment, both positive and negative. We may hit to 1,000 subscribers by the end of today, honestly, because it's just been going so fast. I appreciate you all. And if you don't want to subscribe, like, or comment, that's fine too. Just lurk. I mean, I just am happy people are enjoying this because I'm enjoying making it. And anyway, let's get into the gameplay where we already have like 5 kills. Like I said, everything was going our way. It honestly didn't feel like I sweat that hard for this. So I'm curious to look at this because, you know, it was just like I was in this flow state while I was playing. I don't really know why it came so easy. So I'm interested as you guys to see how this unfolds. And we're not going to fast forward or do any like cuts outs of like when I'm walking and stuff, because some people may want to use this as a guide on how to stay alive for so long and like to go on these streaks. So I don't want to, since I haven't died, we're just going to like let the whole thing play is basically what I'm saying. So you can get a feel for where you should be and what your positioning should be if you're using this as a guide. Now we got 2 guys right off the bat, 2 vanguards. One is using the special attack over and over again. No offense to him, he might be a little new. I'm not too worried about him, but the executioner guy I think he was the one that gave me some trouble on the beach, but we were able to get him disguise a stab a little. I'm always an objective player, but something I'm guilty of on Lionspire is I'm not always pushing the battering ram, especially until that first death is out of the way, because, you know, who doesn't love going on a massive streak in the beginning of the game, right? But I try and support the team the best I can without getting killed by a catapult when I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do and the game punishes me for doing the objective, because then I'll just rage quit and then you guys won't get any videos, so we all win. So this kind of goes to show what kind of like state of mind I was in while I was playing. Is I do not even remember this. I wasn't on drugs, I'm not high, I'm perfectly fine, but I guess that's the kind of mentality you have when you're in that kind of zone. I don't remember being this close to dying right off the bat. This was kind of funny. I turn around as I'm healing. This guy's like emoting and begging at everyone. I don't like how my teammates go and kill him. If you see a guy role-playing, joking around, whatever you want to call it, join in on the fun. Don't go for the free kill. Get a life. Again, I'm kind of staying away from the battering ram just because I don't want to get killed by the catapult. If I've died by now and like we were in danger of losing, like it was closing in on like maybe a minute left, I would be aggressively pushing it, don't get me wrong, but we're in no danger right now. There's 6 minutes left, and as I'm saying this, again, this whole game was kind of a blur. It looks like they have it pretty much all the way up already, so this is something I like to do. I like to go over to this wall, not the other one because the ballista's over there, but sending people back to the spawn wave helps your team too. And this guy flourishes at me, so he wants to duel. Luckily it goes uninterrupted. We get a nice little fight in here, and then we come out on top. Good fight. GG's to him if he's watching. This guy with the war axe was doing a really good job. My teammates come and help me. Now I hit that guy once and he gets hit by the war axe. So I'm trying to not do team damage, but someone else that comes and gets the kill.
We must establish ourselves by taking the plaza.
So I do a little bit of a selfish thing here, and I go, instead of directly to the town square, I help these guys secure the ballista. Almost get killed by my teammate. He's an archer. What do you expect? It is what it is. We don't trust team damage, but leave it to the archer to almost kill his own guy with a ballista. Anyway, but yeah, if I secure that ballista, right, and my team has it, I will not have to deal with siege equipment for the rest of the map, and I won't have any fluky deaths from like a catapult like I would in stage 1, or I'm trying to capture the town square just to get hit by a ballista when I'm winning a 1vx. It was a little selfish there, but I mean, it does help the team because now we don't have to worry about getting shot in the back by either. So I guess we all win, right? So the ballista just misses me. I turn around to go see who's up there because it seems like there was no icon when I turned around for a friendly. But no, it's just an archer. They're not the sharpest tools in the sheds, which...
We must establish ourselves by taking the plaza.
Now, I'll never have it in me to not do the objective or not help the team and just purely go for kills and stay alive. So I do go for a little bit of a flank. I try and see what's going on over here. Like I said, I'm not doing the typical thing I usually do because I'm starting to think that Deathless streak can happen. So I'm not doing that berserker type you usually see me play. Now, though, a spawn wave comes. What better way to die a warrior's death to get rid of that 0, but not when it's 2 archers. They are not worth it. We leave them to die and then go help the real chads that use melee weapons. Now we go for some heals because the gods smiled upon us for abandoning those archers and reward us with continued life, and we keep going. Now we're going to get another flank in against the guy with no weapons. So just good vibes all around. Just really cool team fights going everywhere. We keep going after people overextending, but I'm not watching my stamina enough. I'm doing some dumb dodges a second ago. Now I'm missing some counters. And it's going to get me into trouble in a second, as you'll see. So we stand by the flag. We're getting some heals in. And this I do remember. He knocks my weapon out, then my other one, but whoop! Look at this. Where's Chris Berman when you need him? That is when you know I am just feeling myself. So we go pick up a battle axe, then come back and kill him, and we keep going along with our day, and we are in the zone. There's no other way to put it right now. Luckily, we find our messer too, though, because that's the good luck charm, I feel like. Another objective in the books. We're really starting to feel it now. So we go pick off some stragglers with the fellas. And we're going to get ready for those last two objectives of destroying the banners and destroying the trebuchets.
Take their fighting spears, destroy their banners!
A really good strategy if you're struggling with the fire pot is to just throw it directly off the bridge. That was definitely on purpose. It's only because I get so many kills with my messer that it would be unfair if I did with the fire pot. That definitely was not a missed throw. Picking and choosing our spots. We're like using the barricades a little bit to be on like our side so that if they miss a swing, maybe they hit that and hit stop on it, but they slowly start to go down. We get there's a few tense moments in here, but overall I think it wasn't that difficult on this bridge section, as you'll see.
Break their fighting spirit, destroy their banners!
Not a lot going on. I'm trying to clear out this middle part so people can get through and go upstairs. Again, when you're at this point in the game of trying to do a Deathless run, I did play a little selfish. Most of the time I would be going up towards the banners, but right now I'm keeping this clear so that other people can do it. I'm still getting kills. I'm still being of value to the team, but I'm not going on that run up there to like kill them directly just because then I could risk a death. It's not right. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't addicted to the content YouTube lifestyle, so I wanted to get that on video, so I played a little selfishly. That's all I'm saying. If it came down to a minute or something, though, I would have gone up there regardless, but it doesn't matter because my teammates have it under control.
I tire of need. I thirst for blood.
In my humble yet completely right opinion, this should have been a counter, but that's just me. I'm still alive though, so it's okay. We almost die here, so we go back for some heals. Now this is interesting. So I'm trying to find a bandage kit. Now we're not going to give these people a platform anymore. If I did though, I would say this guy Vision is a fucking asshole. He saw him Deathless. He's level 70. If I was like the kind of person that witch hunts, I would tell you guys to say, Vision, you're a dickhead when you see him in the chat. Like, I think he's on PC, but I'm not that kind of guy that says, Vision, fuck yourself, and I hope you just don't play this game anymore because you're making it miserable for people. Again, we don't give, like, those kind of people attention, but if we did, those are the kinds of things that we say, is that, Vision, you're an asshole. Anyway, I don't get what people like Vision gain from doing things like that, but the vote kick doesn't even pass. I don't really understand why they have a vote kick system if it's not going to work, but Vision is able to get away with his crimes.
Bring the enemy trebuchets down!
Now we get vote kicked right back by that Vision guy. It gets 5 immediately, so my guess is that he probably said something in the chat that I can't see and made something up to get me kicked. If you were in this game, maybe let me know. Or maybe those were just his friends he was playing with, because no one else really votes yes after that. It put me in a little bit of a bad mood, though, so I got off after this. I try and be nice to everyone. Whatever, though, man. It's fine. I'm glad the Deathless run was secured and he didn't ruin it for no reason. Very fun game though until the end. So now we're going to secure the win, secure the Deathless run. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll let this play out so that you can see my final stats. And if I can get a fuck you Vision in the comment section, that would be great. It's very therapeutic to me when you guys do stuff like that. So tell Vision to go fuck himself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you tomorrow. What's going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami. I love every single one of you. I always want to let you know that at the beginning of every video. So the Discord if you want to join, will be pinned in the, or will be in the pinned comment. It's a really good place to get into the community. Like I've been going on this rant a little bit at the beginning of games, or beginning of gameplay, because we have a lot of high level players, some of the best ones in the game, but they're also the kind that are patient, and they will help you out. They've trained people one-on-one. It's just been a positive thing all around. But what I was gonna say next is that you guys have been suggesting more weapon variety, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. So every other video is gonna be like a new weapon until I've used almost all of them, and that'll kind of like make it fresh for me, because I used to be of the mindset that if I'm using weapons I hate, it won't be as fun for me, and then I won't be as positive in the videos, and it kind of will not be as fun for you guys if I'm being all negative and complaining. But it'll keep the game fresh for me, is my new mindset. And yeah, so I think it'll be more fun for you guys to watch. But this one I did just now, and I'm too excited not to put this up because we went deathless, as the title says. I'll let the results of the game play out for you. You'll see if we won or lost. But this is with the longsword. I was going to put it up tomorrow because I put that Warhammer video up today. But like I said, I was just too excited to put this up. And the last one was on Lionspire as well. And in my opinion, this is one of the harder maps to go deathless on, just because of all the siege equipment in the beginning. The last deathless video was also Lionspire, I meant. But yeah, so I'm not going to fast forward or anything, because there is no deaths and walkbacks. And I also don't want to do it when there's a lull in the action or anything, because I want people to use this as a guide if they want to see what a deathless run looks like, and where you should be, where you should stand, if that kind of stuff for positioning. Because, you know, I feel like there's probably a decent amount of these on YouTube, but of people going deathless. But I kind of didn't play too selfishly. I was like, sometimes I do that when I haven't died. I'm just being honest. But this one, I was always on the objective as much as I could be for the most part. And I think it was a pretty solid run. It's not like I put up a million kills in a sweaty lobby. I think it ended up being like 38 kills, 70 takedowns maybe. But keeping that 0 is always fun. So let's get into this. I'll stop ranting and raving for a little bit. Now, this is important for going deathless. If you're here, the catapult is automatic on that wall. There's no way they're going to get all the way down to the catapult and stop it. So what I do is stand a little far back or go to that left side so that I can stay alive, because also the ballista can hit you from the right side. So there's really no reason to go over there. Now, and then you're avoiding the catapult over here as well, because it's going to be attacking the gate. Now, this was interesting if I remember correctly. No, that's actually a different falchion user. I'll be more on that in a second. But we're getting in some 1v1s here. This is one of those examples where I felt like I owed it to the guy to finish the fight, but he did kind of turn away and start fighting this guy. So I did heal him back up. There's a few moments like that. I thanked him also because he saved me a little bit. I think I could have maybe taken that default skin, but never know. But there was a few times, there's actually one coming up, where I was fighting 1 versus 1, and I kind of wanted to finish out the fight. Maybe it was this guy, actually, a cavalry sword. We'll see. Because, like, I know I've talked about this in another video. You want to have good positioning. I was talking to Rebellion's a really good player about this. He's also level 1000. But it's kind of soft if you're going to run away. Yeah, this is the guy. So he almost has me killed. I'm making a lot of mistakes here. So even though my team comes and helps me, I wasn't going to run away, just because if he's going to kill me, he's going to kill me. You know? Like, why run away? That's a hollow thing if you're going to go deathless while doing that. So we are able to get back up and get the kill, though. Now, I figured I would go to the left here because I see a lot of people, and I could avoid the ballista, and that middle part, you'll probably die if you go through there, just because there's a lot of fire pots. If you don't even get killed by that, it's just like a mess, and it's hard to see what's going on. So I go kill this for my Chiv stats ranking on the longsword, so I can pat him a little bit. Now I run back a little bit. I'm going to fight that guy, but I don't want to get killed by an archer far away, or at least I thought there was an archer in real time, but I guess not. And this is textbook how you want to fight a spear. Get right in their face and like use diagonal like footwork. No one's getting this guy up. Okay, that guy was. And now we get into some fights on the side, trying to push up to the what is that, the town square. So I thought after those guys I was with up there were going to come with me, but apparently not. I look pretty dead here, but I get some Jon Snow level plot armor. I do some counters. I stay alive just enough seconds so that my team comes and we get back up. Like, that was very lucky because I think there's like 4 or 5 people on me, but they came just in the nick of time before I start getting overwhelmed, and I was able to hold them off for a second there. So this is kind of what I was talking about, is that I stayed on the objective the whole time. It's not like I was hiding or anything. So I'm just on the edge where I'm holding it, the objective, but I'm not like outside of it. Like, I'm on the edge of it so I could support the team and heal if need be and back out like I do here. And then I could move back into it as they come. So that was kind of the idea there, and it worked to great effect. And now we're holding the town square, so it's almost onto the bridge. I actually think the longsword might be the best weapon for these bridge objectives. Well, but yeah, maybe a spear, but when you're stabbing and moving in and out of combat and like picking off the people that go too far forward, it seems like the best way to fight on the bridge. So for those of you that talk about switching classes or weapons based on where the what stage of the map it's on, I'd be curious to hear what you think about that, because a lot of people have been saying that, and here I'm trying to hit that thing all the way over there. I forget if I even hit it. Yeah, we did, but we didn't kill anyone. Unreal. Just my luck. But yeah, so I think instead of using like an executioner's axe or a great sword or a highland sword or something and swinging through crowds but also hitting all your teammates, I think this is kind of the best way to play a bridge objective. Now, with some help, we're able to beat that guy. That's the third example of where he kind of had the upper hand for a little bit, but I felt like I again owed it to him to finish the fight because why run away? That's soft. So now with the banners destroyed, and now honestly our team is starting to roll them a little bit. Kills are a little more lopsided than it probably is though, just because I have 0 and I kind of have like a 20 difference on my own. But our team after the town square was starting to take control a little bit, and now we're starting to roll them a little bit. Before that it wasn't too bad, but they start to get overwhelmed here, and we start banging these out pretty quickly. This is everything I try not to be as a player. I'm doing just endless team damage trying to kill one guy. That's not me. I apologize. Don't do what I did there. Please don't do that. Now, in case you didn't know, if you die on the explosives when you've planted them, I think even if you're on defense, that doesn't count as a death, which you'll see at the end of the game when I let the stats play. I've said this before, I sound like a broken record, but the game is rewarding you for being on the objective. So you respawn with the still, like, even if you've died, like that one doesn't count for your stats. So that's pretty nice if you're obsessed with your numbers like me. And now it's getting fairly obvious we're going to get it, because if you look at the kills right there, we're out killing them by, I think, like 250 at this point. Yeah, so after the town square, it honestly felt like they fell apart. I don't know if they had people leave. I'm kind of spoiling it, but I think it's pretty obvious we won at this point. And that'll complete the Deathless run. Yeah, so I'll let this play out, and I'll let you guys see the stats at the end. And I love you guys. Please forgive me for blowing up your notifications, but I was too excited not to share this, as I said, and I will see you tomorrow.